What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? Bart here with Tully Television, and I want to thank all of you for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that beautiful YouTube stuff. If today is the day I earn you subscription, which I hope it is, hit that red subscribe bar down below. Let's hit that like button. And today we're going to get into a movie review. The last few videos I've been comic book reviews, trying to catch up on that. But today I wanted to review a movie that came out last year, 2022, by the name of Nope. Written and directed by Jordan Peele, stars Daniel Kaluuya as O.J. Haywood, Keke Palmer as Esmeralda Haywood, Brandon Pereira as Angel Torres, Michael Wincott as Antlers Hoist, Stephen Yen as Ricky Jupe Park, and Ren Schmidt as Amber Park, the wife of Ricky. And lastly, but not least, the myth, the man, the legend, Keith David as Otis Haywood Jr. Senior. This movie revolves around a family who are animal trainers, and the animals they train are used for Hollywood productions, okay? Now, we also get intermittent cuts of flashbacks with, I just want to make sure I get the character's name right, with Ricky, okay? Ricky owns an amusement park type of location near the Haywood farm here, where they primarily, at this point, train horses. Ricky had grown up being a child star, and we see flashbacks of him being in a show that went down in infamy for having a live animal attack happen. When the show was being aired, they would allow live studio audiences in, like many of the sitcoms back then. I'm not sure if shows still have live studio audiences that are sitcoms, like a family sitcom, not like meeting SNL or something like that. But what had happened was one of the characters on the show was a real life monkey. And the monkey one day went crazy because there was a balloon that popped up in the rafters, and something just snapped within his mind, the monkey's mind, and attacked the cast really bad, and even killed the sister of Ricky on the show. The only one that survived out of the cast was Ricky. And the way they show it, and the way they, basically the way it's shown, it was a pretty brutal attack. Ricky was saved at the last moment and grew up to have a family and do this amusement park scenario. It was like an old Western ghost town type of amusement park. So that's his part in this movie. OJ, his father Otis had died in the beginning of the movie due to some, what was explained to be, debris from an airplane flying by. I guess whatever garbage they have, they dump as they're in the air, I guess. I don't know. I guess that was the explanation. And some of these items landed on the father, basically killing him. Something like inserted itself into his eye or something and gave him a brain injury too deadly to survive. This has left OJ very distraught. Obviously, he still tries to continue the family tradition of training animals for Hollywood productions, but he's not a very good people person. He doesn't really seem to really be comfortable interacting with people, because at one part, when he had a horse there, the sister Esmeralda was supposed to be there to help with the presentation, but she was running late. She doesn't seem to really take this part of the family history too much seriously, too much. So she was able to run through it and everything, and something happened where it distracted the horse, and they just say, like, yeah, this isn't going to work out or whatever. So he's still feeling the effects, the aftermath of the father passing away. Because of the father being such an expert, you would assume that he trained the son to be just as much as an expert. So we're assuming that this is just still him being mentally distracted due to the father's passing. At one point, when he goes home, he starts noticing some odd things that are happening. And he notices things moving in the sky. At one point, he notices a cloud near a mountain that never seems to move at all. No matter how much of the other clouds are floating away, like little wisps of cotton candy, that we like to look at in the sky and imagine what designs we see. I always used to think that, as a kid, I used to think that clouds were puffs of smoke from God's cigarette. I don't know if any of you ever thought that as a kid, but that's what I thought, that clouds were puffs of smoke from God's cigarette. As you can clearly see, I grew up around a bunch of smokers. I think a lot of people my age did. Blowing out birthday cakes with the ashtray right next to the birthday cake at 8 years old, and the cigarette in your face from grandma, and the Pabst Blue Ribbon from grandpa on the breath and everything. But I digress. So he tries to film this thing with the sister, and they've realized that there is something going on here with this strange occurrences that they're seeing. They finally find out that it's basically an alien, and they're trying to capture it on camera. What they decide, or at least what the sister decides, is to call a world-renowned cinematographer, all right, Antlers Hoist, played by Michael Wincott. I like that actor. He's done a lot of cool things over the years. So they figure that he's able to know how to capture this on film, especially when this alien ship is around. It cuts the electricity out in the area. Excuse me, a little indigestion today. Finally, they were able to capture the alien ship on camera, and the guy winds up taking off because the cinematographer, because he feels like he kind of just loses it a little bit, because he didn't really think that this was really what this was going to wind up being. Everyone kind of just assumes, like, no, it can't be aliens or whatever, but is realizing he just witnessed possibly the end of the world coming, and he gets up and yeah, he you know, if you want to find out what happens, watch the movie. We also have Angel that's helping them because they initially set up a security system around the ranch before they got a hold of Antlers, the cinematographer, and Angel kept realizing they were trying to videotape alien spaceship because where they wanted to have him keep aiming the cameras was like to the sky and stuff, and he finally caught on what they were doing. So it's just basically Esmeralda, OJ, Angel, and Antlers trying to capture this alien on film. Then we kind of get what the real twist is to the degree, if you want to consider it a twist. At one point during at the amusement park run by Ricky, he explains he's seen what had happened all those months ago, the day the father died, even before the father died maybe. He noticed this ship, this saucer coming out of the sky, hovering and sucking up a horse into itself through a tractor beam. And every time since then, he's been trying to run shows or trying to set up running a show so you can see that happen. And when he attempted to do that, the alien ship comes down, starts doing the tractor beam thing on, and everyone disappears. We also find out that it's not an alien ship per se, it's an actual alien being. The whole ship, the saucer, is a whole creature upon itself, a whole being. When it's sucking you up through the tractor beam, that's it. Basically, think of you using a straw to drink, all right? That's what it's doing with this tractor beam. It's sucking you up so it can eat you and digest you. But what it does is basically just keep you inside its intestines, I guess, or mouth or whatever, and you slowly dissolve over time through its digestive acids, I'm assuming. So that's basically the big twist of this movie if you want to follow what his movies were as far as having twists. It's a twist! The twist is, it's not a ship, it's an alien being. And they finally figure out how to defeat such a thing, to defeat such a being. And I'll leave you to watching the movie to find out the ending and how they were able to wrap up the movie. Now, this movie did not do too well as far as audiences are concerned. A lot of people felt like this was Jordan Peele's weakest entry into his filmography, and that's not trying to say he's a bad creator at all, or a bad writer, or a bad director. I like him a lot. I mean, Key and Peele, Get Out was phenomenal. Us, I thought was good. I liked Us. Again, Get Out was his best movie. This movie, Nope. Oh, and he also helped co-write The Candyman. So I did like The Candyman, the rebooted well, not rebooted, recontinuation. It's a continuation. They refer to the original Candyman in the one that Jordan Peele helped put out. I would say that this is his weakest entry. I can understand why people don't like this movie at all. And I will say I can understand why I can certainly understand. I thought the movie was better than what I was initially entering the movie to be. I don't think they got too much into certain things I would like to see happen. Like, I would have liked to see Ricky more. The aftermath of that, nearly dying by the hands of a monkey as a child, and watching all that violence happen before you, and I mean, he seemed like a pretty well-adjusted man, for the most part, until you kind of near the end where he's like thinking that he'd be able to run these alien shows for money, and it wound up costing him his life, his wife's life, his children's life, the audience's life. That was a big meal, so to speak. And the ultimate twist was that it wasn't an airplane that killed OJ's father. It was this creature inadvertently shaking out all the stuff that it didn't need, like pocket change, signs, wallets, watches, phones. It just spits it out, throws it up. So when it threw up, it wound up killing the father. So it was even a sweeter victory, so to speak. I love David Kaluuya. I think he's a wonderful actor. I think that he did really well in this movie. I think everyone did well as far as acting was concerned. But David really put the weight of the movie on himself, I think. He really tried his best. This movie could have been better. It could have been better. It's not as bad as I was anticipating it to be, but it went from what I thought was going to be maybe a 5 or a 6, kind of has went from like that to maybe like a 6 or a 7, barely a 7 out of 10. Like I said, especially if you can consider Get Out like a more of an 8 or 9 movie. Us is kind of like a 7 or 8 movie. Definitely his weakest entry, considering the talent that this man has. But his willingness to try different ideas I respect a lot, even if I didn't like the movie. I respect his talent a lot. And I hope that this doesn't deter him or deter studios from trying to hire him again to put a movie out. There's a lot of actors and creative people out there that don't have even the sliver of success he's had, that still get promoted up to doing movies and shows, when they definitely don't have the talent that this man has. So I'm hoping to see more from him. If you're interested in seeing this movie, if you're on the fence of watching this movie, I will say you're not missing anything. If you're just trying to be a completionist and watch all his filmography, then watch it. But if you're leaning between either watching it or not watching it, it's not a necessary watch. I'll put it that way. That's my review on Nope. You let me know what you think down below. And until next time, peace, Snookums.